Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
We're Derps and Burps, the podcast for all gamers, spiritual souls, and creative minds out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 35th episode of Derps and Burps. It is your host, Steffi.
Hello there.
And Julia. And today we're gonna talk about why we are thinking about stopping to stream on Twitch, or in general, stopping to stream. And that is not clickbait. I think we're both actually really thinking about that, especially me. I don't know if it's for you as well, but it's something that's on my mind for a long time. And there was just multiple things at the moment, videos of people or creators that are exactly doing that right now, stepping down or stopping to stream, and we want to talk about that a little bit today. That is going to be our main topic, but before that, for people that don't know, the last two episodes were recorded 2 weeks before this one. So we made a bulk of 2 episodes, so Steffi and me have a little bit more to talk about today when it comes to catching up, what's going on in our life, what you've missed, and so on. Then Listen of the Week, and then we're gonna go, as per usual, into our topic, right? So, Steffi, you want to tell us what happened? What's going on in your life?
Where to start? Pretty busy with work and everything, trying to handle other things like actual vacations and stuff, which I barely know, but I actually managed to get one and get away for a few days with my dad and my sister and her boyfriend.
That's the one that you gifted him for his birthday, right?
Yes. We gifted him the passport and the trip to Croatia because my sister's boyfriend has an apartment there.
Oh, shit.
In Pag, like in Novalia. So we drove there Saturday to Sunday morning, like midnight, because I was working on Saturday. We had a big catering. And after that, I just rushed home, showered, and then they picked me up, and then we drove to Croatia right away. So we were there from Sunday to Thursday last week. And it was just beautiful. I couldn't really like chill or like turn off my brain the first 2 days, I'd say. And then my body started to relax.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, it took me 2 days, and then I was like, okay, no, you need to chill now, Steffi, and when you come back, you can do all the shit. So even though I prepared everything, like I worked in advance anyways for the podcast and everything, right?
Yeah,
but it still was on my mind constantly, like I have to do this, I have to do this. And then I was like, okay, no, just shut the fuck up and chill. So yeah, we had a very, very, very nice time in Croatia. It was actually the first time I went on holiday with my dad in 20 years, I think.
I actually want to do that too with my dad, to go on holidays with him. Like last time I was when I was a child, so.
Yeah, same. And I can't even remember it. He told me we were there.
Oh, you were at the same place?
No. In Italy, like when I was a child, like very young. I don't have a lot of memory of this. But we were on a holiday once, but it's been like decades, guys. So decades. So yeah, it was very nice. We had a very, very, very good time together. We just could like got to enjoy a lot of beaches, like hidden bays and stuff. We found on Google Maps, and we just like wandered there, which was very nice. My dad was barefoot all the time.
Oh shit! In fucking Croatia on all the rocks.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Was walking barefoot all the fucking time everywhere. And the whole scenery, the landscape and everything looked like Lord of the Rings. And then I was filming him with his super cool backpack and his gray hair, his beige clothes, walking there barefoot. It just looked like a scene in Lord of the Rings. It was so funny.
Does your dad still have the long hair and the long beard?
His beard is like 40 centimeters now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and his hair is longer than mine.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's growing faster than mine, which makes me sad because I really want my hair to grow faster.
I mean, your hair is growing super fast. I mean, look at your regrowth. You're almost half now.
Yeah. Soon. My roots are pretty long already.
Yeah.
And yeah, saltwater, like ocean was amazing. I really, really, really needed that. skin is super clean again. And after, beside that, work is coming, like getting slower. Kinda. We only have one more street food market upcoming weekend. Then we're done with the street food markets. Then there's just events, caterings. So less work under quotation mark
Mm.
with the IRL work, and Halloween is soon, like autumn.
Yay.
I'm kind of feeling it already. I need to
Oh,
send out
fuck.
the invitation
Wait,
soon.
am I invited?
Of course you are.
Do I have to like dress up? Yes, right, this year?
Yes, we
Yeah.
all have to dress
Oh my
up.
god, I have
I
to
was
think about a good
thinking,
costume. Do you gonna make it like a
same.
theme
I'm not sure
or
yet.
just completely free for all?
We can talk about that. Like if we want to have a theme, or if we just let everyone come
Just
in a
do what they
costume
want.
and we don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't know yet. I have to send out the invitations. I have to create the invitation first because it's already the 5th of
Mm.
September, and I wanted to send it out like mid-September latest, so people know. Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Steffi, yearly Halloween big B-Day bash, most important party of the year. We need to think of
Honestly.
what we wear, right? So
Hell yeah. Like I
we
need
need
to
to
get a costume. You need to tell me if we have a
same,
theme or not because I wanna like go all out for you this year. Like
same. I wanna create a cool costume.
I'm ready to do something crazy. If you want, I can help you with your costume as well. Like if you want.
We need to brainstorm together anyways, Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Even like especially if we do a theme or not. Like
Yeah, of
I think
course.
we
Like
should,
we can, if you want, we can like sit together this week after
yeah,
somewhere and just think
yeah,
about like I don't know. You could
that would
go
be cool.
for like your favorite like TV shows or like anime inspired or vampire cult or like I don't
Yeah.
know because you're turning 30, you know, forever young, kind of like where vampire shit, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So it could be easy because like that's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
like you don't want to scare people off, right? But you also want to give them a challenge because it's your fucking 30th birthday, so they should put some
Yes.
effort in. Hello, right?
Yes.
Um, so
Star
obviously.
Wars.
Oh
Bloody
yeah,
Star
true.
Wars. But nah, I
That could
think
be
it
really
would be
cool
cooler.
though.
It could though, yeah. But I think like something like Stranger Things or so could be also very cool because
Hmm.
it's 80s, so you can dress up pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, and you don't need to have like necessarily like a super expensive
Yeah,
costume. Mm.
yeah. With a lot of like bloody makeup, wounds and stuff. So let's see. We need to, guys, if you have a good idea for a theme, let me know in the comments, or let us know
Yes,
in the
please,
comments,
please
please.
leave them for
We need your
Steffi.
help.
We need it. We
Shall I
need
do
it.
a themed party, or shall I just let everyone come whatever they want to dress up?
Honestly, I would do a themed party if I were you.
Okay. Okay, then we do one.
I would because it's just like otherwise it's just like every year's Halloween party, you know, where people are like, you know,
Mhm.
doing whatever.
That is true. That is true.
And it's like a big birthday for you.
Yeah.
So I would do
Okay, okay, okay. That's set in stone now. We do a theme party. We just need to decide on the topic now.
it. Okay. Is Fudge gonna come?
Probably yes.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun.
There's a lot
Oh
of
my
people
god.
coming.
Poor Fudge and IRL. Oh my
Mhm.
god, I'm not sure if he's gonna
All
be
the
able to handle
girls.
all the girls in real life.
We'll be like soda popping, like leaving
Oh my
leaving
god.
the toilet
Yeah.
for.
Of course. It's fine. We're gonna make it like a little fab toilet for him somewhere.
I'm creating a dark room area anyway, so
Exactly. Awesome. Awesome.
it's gonna be, you have your spaces, guys.
Awesome.
But yeah, beside that, I'm super excited for autumn. It's getting cooler again. All the
Mm.
trees turn colorful again. And then obviously Halloween party preparations, me turning 30, so I only have 1.5 months left of my 20s, right?
And then the good
Um,
time of your life starts, Steffi. Then the good time starts. Then the
mhm,
dirty 30s. Oh my god, it's the best time.
mhm.
I promise the first year might be a little bit like that you're like, I don't know, but then you're like, fuck, this is getting greater.
It's amazing.
Did we talk about that? I'm not sure because I talked so much on stream lately. Are you
Mhm.
done with the update? Sorry, I don't want to like.
Yes, yes, I'm done with the
Okay,
updates. There's no
so
more updates.
because like in the last 2 weeks, obviously like we haven't recorded a podcast, but I have
Mm.
really been talking a lot on stream about many topics, also about
Mhm.
the topic that we're about to talk about now. So I'm even
Mhm.
excited, more excited to talk about it because I know I'm gonna hear your input on that. But to
Mhm.
come back to this about the age, right? We were talking about that on stream, and a viewer of mine had a really good comment, and I said, like in the beginning, especially turning 30 was something that was like mentally somewhat challenging for me, because it's like I'm supposed to be a grown up, I'm supposed to be in a certain point in my life where I don't know if I am yet, and so on and so on. And so for me, it was that point where I was like, oh fuck, now is the point where getting older is nothing you look forward to. When you're younger, you're like, I want to be 14 so I can do this. I want to be 16 so I can drink alcohol. I want to be 18 to be able to this and this. So you're always looking forward to that, and then that's kind of like running out, right? I sadly don't remember who in chat said it, but he quoted his dad or her dad and said, if you are getting older and you're not, if you're getting older and with each year you're not in a better place, or you're not feeling better about yourself, you're getting old wrong. You're doing something wrong. Like you should be evolving and enjoying your life more and more the older you get. So yeah, and that really stuck with me. I was like, that's actually true. Like if you're getting more unhappy the older you get, you're doing it wrong, right? Like you should get happier the older you get, because you should be shaping your life and introducing stuff to your life that actually makes you happy, which is also again something that we're going to be talking about, the whole should we stop streaming situation, right? But to catch up first, so maybe you can hear it in my voice, like I'm fully drugged up, I have cough syrup, not this syrup kind of thing. I'm actually sick. So for the people that don't know, I was actually really sick for a few days. Yesterday was the first day I feel kind of normal again, and now it's like this after having a fever and everything, and I was completely like everything was like clogged. And now all the snot and everything is just pouring out of my nose and everything. So my voice still sounds a little bit fucked up. And I might, have some voice cracks here and there. That's because I was sick. Also, for the people that watch on YouTube, if you see my hand and you're like, what the fuck happened to your hand? Did you get into like a brawl, or did you beat somebody up? Yes, I got into a fight, and you should see how the other person looks like. Way worse than my hand, by the way. No, I'm kidding. Obviously did not get into a fight. I mean, kinda. So basically my two dogs were fighting, and I tried to get them apart while they were fighting. And one of my dogs tried to grab the other dog and grab my hand instead. So it looks way more dramatic than it actually is. But yeah, that's a dog bite for you. Then for me, same fall vibes. I'm super, super excited for spooky season. Obviously, Halloween. I think I'm even gonna go to TK Maxx today and go for a little bit of decoration. I'm super excited for that.
I need to go there too.
Oh, you really have to. Beside of that, my mom is here. She's staying for, I think, 4 or 5 days or something, till Thursday-ish, something like that. She arrived yesterday. I kind of mixed up the days. I thought she would only come today in the evening, but she actually came yesterday evening, which I noticed in time, luckily. But then something super random, but because I have my coffee mug here, right? So before recording this episode, I just let Jinx out quick so she could pee, and then she can take a nap now while we record the podcast. And I put my coffee mug on the edge of the table like this. And I go in the kitchen to grab my water. And I hear like... That bitch jumped up and drank some of my coffee. Like, she literally drank coffee.
How much?
Bitch, I don't know, like... I think like four times.
Okay, that's not too
so
much.
Because
caffeine is also What
like,
a little sneaky girl!
I'm already ready for her diarrhea later, probably.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep you updated about that. But yeah, Jinx drank some coffee, but I'm not gonna throw my coffee away. I'm still gonna drink it because I'm a disgusting dog owner.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly like this. So I shared my coffee with my dog this morning. Then I'm also helping IRL friends a lot. I don't know, it's something that is also fulfilling me at the moment a lot. I have like 2 or 3 friends that are really in need of having somebody that supports them and unconditional love, friendship, support, and I really, really enjoy helping them. Even though it takes up a lot of time of me and I can stream a little bit less and stuff, and it's exhausting as well, I'm super happy that I'm in a position to help. So that is really, really good. Then Nathan was in the first tournament with his new
How
team.
did it go?
He's playing in Falcons. Not tournament, sorry, boot camp. They played in boot camp. It was pretty good. Like they already qualified for the major qualifier for the IMR the first try instantly, so it was really good.
Nice.
And now they just boot camp to get the basics down because they're a fresh team, right? So obviously a lot to do. Then September started. September is going to be super busy. We're recording this beginning of September. You're listening to this mid of September. But it's super busy for me. I'm going to be at the MGK concert mid of the month together with Jess in Cologne. So already with Jess stalking if there's any way to be able to meet him. But there's no like meet and greets or anything, so we're gonna have to do it the old way. Find out in which hotel he is.
The groupie way.
The hotel, exactly. So I'm trying to figure that out.
If you need some help, I was an Omega, a big pro stalker when it comes to Hunger Games stars and One Direction. I had every single connection on Twitter you can imagine. Got every single info where they're staying. I was
mommy. Listen,
I can show you how it's done.
This is unironic. Okay, don't get me wrong. Don't stalk people. That's really wrong. I just wanna. How do I get out of the stalker situation now? No, but I would really, really like to meet him and maybe get a picture with him. And I checked on some of the concerts. He is offering like this VIP ticket where you have like before the show, like half an hour where he meets like
with him.
Where he meets 30 people for 5 minutes and you can get a picture, and it costs 500 euros. And I'm that kind of fan. I would not care. I would pay those 500 euros. I would pay 1,000 euros for that. I literally do not care because I feel so deeply for this wounded soul, and I just want to give this man a hug to thank him for all the beautiful music that he created.
And $1,000.
And $1,000. And to get a picture with him. But it's sadly not possible. So I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna also check maybe with Monster because I think he's still a Monster artist. Monster Energy. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna have to check with Ferdi if he has some contact there for me. Maybe that I can, And then end of September, we're flying to London with Laurie and Jess, and and Agatha, obviously, Rita Fajita, Portugal, our friend, and we're doing a little ladies' weekend in England. We're getting friendship tattoos. We're going to Harry Potter Land. And
wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. It's only gonna be like 4 days. Also, we're meeting Stricky. We're gonna eat at his pub, and yeah, he's gonna just show us a little bit. So that's gonna be also really cool. So September is super fucking packed with travel and a lot of things to do. Also, I'm very busy, and I just noticed how in my life, you know how I'm like always super, super anxious and worried and just like preoccupied in thinking and worrying about like you said, when you go on holiday, you're in holidays, you're supposed to be relaxing, but instead you worry about all the things you have to do when you're coming back. That kind of thing. And that's for me like also all the time. And I don't know if it's through working out for me or just that I'm like in a new kind of mental state where a lot of IRL stuff is so much more important to me that I don't worry that much about many things anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel a little bit, or not a little bit, like I feel less, more carefree. Like I have less worries.
Less pressured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I noticed, but I'm not really sure what the source is. It could be like kind of the working out, because in that moment, you know, I don't really care about those kind of things, and I'm so much more fulfilled, and I don't know, it's really weird. So I'm like in this weird new phase of my life. I feel like, and you know how it always comes in waves. Like there's always
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So I kind of feel a shift in the way of not worrying too much about certain things, if that makes sense.
You know what annoyed me the most when I did that? Like, it was way worse 3 to 4 years ago when I drove home to Corinthia. For example, in like for Christmas, I couldn't relax for 3 to 4 days, and then it was almost over and I had to leave again, and that was the time where I actually started to like just let loose. And I just felt so pressured with everything, also because I didn't want to fall behind with a lot of things, right? Social media, etc. And I kept pressuring myself, like, oh my God, I should be doing more pictures. I should be creating more content. I should be doing more of this and that for Instagram, Twitter, whatever it was. And it was very, very hard in the beginning for me. And then at some point, I think it was around the same time when I quit my affiliate contract, because I realized this is not doing me good, but more harming myself and my mental state and mental health. I started to understand that living in now and appreciating and having a good time in the present is so much more important than constantly just worrying about the shit, because I can't change it anyways in
Yeah,
this moment,
exactly.
right? Same with Croatia. I was so worried about, okay, because I'm coming back on Thursday. My sister wanted to drive home in the evening, so I'm home at 4 or 5 in the morning, and I have to work the other day. And what if they need me on Thursday because we need to prepare the trucks, etc., etc. Nothing of that happened in the end, right? And
Yeah,
that's
of
what I
course.
realized on the second day, where I was like, they know I am here in Croatia. They won't call me for help because
Yeah,
they know I'm not here
yeah.
and I'm having my time off, and they fully accept that. So can you fucking accept it as well, woman? And then I was like, okay, now it's time to chill. I'm here with my dad and my sister and her boyfriend. We just enjoy the now. And then it got so much easier for me now, but 3 to 4 years, let's say, it was fucking awful for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that's good. As you say, the same. Like I think you said it very well. That's like just realizing that, and I gave that tip to, wait, who was it? I again, I'm not sure if I gave that tip. I think it was on stream, or it might have been in podcast. I'm not sure. Like the whole
Yeah.
thing of trying to live more in the present, and as I talked
Yeah.
about it, also in one of our episodes, that I have issues with being present in the present and not living in the past or worrying about the future. And I think that unconsciously, even though I preach that much, but I know it was hard for me, that I kind of do that a little bit more. And as you said, like the whole thing with like worrying about the future, like, yes, I still think about things that I have to do, and like, oh shit, yeah, I need to. But in the end, I'm more at the point where when it's time for it to get done, I'm gonna get it done. And if something comes up, it's gonna be done in some way. You know, there's always a way of making it work somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you worry about it when the time comes to worry about it, and not just, spend 3 weeks to worrying about that kind of stuff. So kind of same for me. But I think that is also a very good way of coming into our topic today. So I'm gonna give a short introduction how we got to this, right? So basically, what Steffi and me do, we're not writing with each other every single day. You know, we're like obviously very, very good friends, and we bounce ideas and words off each other whenever, but we're not in contact all the time. But whenever there's some idea, it doesn't matter where the other person is. If you're working, if you're on holidays, if there's something that we see online or an idea comes up, we straight shoot it to each other via message, and we're like, hey, I just watched this video. That could be a good idea for a podcast episode, or I heard that, or I thought about this, or I had whatever come up. And I think that could be a good topic. And that's what happened. Steffi sent me one of those messages.
We always work.
Yeah, exactly. we always think about potential new content for you guys. No, I really have to say, like, even though, I mean, you have to keep in mind, guys, we haven't till this time, like, we have 35 episodes, and we're going to take care of that soon. We're going to try to find sponsors for the podcast. But till this point, we haven't made any cent off this podcast, okay? We're not making any money with it till now, which is totally fine. But still, that just shows how much we love this. You know, we think about like new ideas, what to talk about and topics all the time because we're passionate about it and not because there's money behind it. And obviously we're going to start having sponsors hopefully soon. I think we should actually start writing, especially because of the Christmas one that we talked about, Steffi, because you know, with like the running time, maybe we can see if we finish like this or next week that we send something out. That would be, I think, nice. Otherwise it might be too late. Anyway,
we should.
I got lost in the sauce. Anyway, so Steffi shot me an idea. She actually sent me the newest video of our one queen Pokimane. If you're not really watching Twitch, if you're one of our listeners, then maybe just follows us on Instagram or knows us from school days or something. Pokimane is basically the biggest female creator on Twitch. She is the face, the icon, the queen of Twitch, if you will. One of the best and nicest and cutest and smartest creators that we have on that platform. And she basically made a video because she was away from social media. If you follow her, it basically happens like every year, every 2 years or something, that she takes like a longer break from social media and streaming in general, and then comes back to be refreshed. And this time she made a video about her break and certain changes that she wants to make to her streaming, and things that we're going to be talking about as well. She brings up really good points in why she thinks about quitting streaming and the way she wants to stop or change her habits of streaming, which we're going to talk about. And it was funny because exactly to this, at the same time when Pokimane's video came out, there's actually a German creator. Her name is Sayuri, or I think now she calls herself Mace Sayuri on Instagram, or just Mace or Sayuri. Anyway, I think you know her if you're German. She's also a really cool creator. She streamed a lot of Valorant towards the end. She did a lot of IRL streams. She does cool YouTube videos and stuff as well. As active on every other platform. And she just announced at the same time that streaming doesn't bring her any joy anymore, and that she's gonna stop streaming, at least as regular and gaming streams and IRL and talking streams and so on, for now, because it doesn't fulfill her anymore. So it's something that comes up in multiple people. Like, it's not only those two, there's multiple people that have the same train of thought at the moment. It's something that's actually come up in my mind as well, and that is something that we want to talk about. I personally, just to start that topic off, obviously we're going to talk about Poki's video, we're going to talk a little bit about Sayuri's video. Alarm! Everybody's
also, can I just throw something in? It's very good, Julia, that we always keep screaming alarm, because so many people listen to our podcast when they drive. Yes. And people keep thinking there's the ambulance coming on their street, on their road. So they know immediately when we scream alarm that they're safe. It's not on their end. It's
so guys, we're going to keep the alarm up, okay? So anyway, so I just want to put into this. I know this is maybe like stepping 2 steps ahead of what we're going to talk about, but it's something that I want to just throw in because it's something that I think about a lot. For me personally, I think a lot about quitting streaming. In the sense of, you know, I always step down from, like, instead of streaming 6 days a week, I only stream 5 days a week anymore. And I'm actually thinking with or playing with the thought of even streaming less for a very long time already. Same as Poki. I'm sorry if it's a spoiler, but Poki said that she's probably only going to stream like 2 or 3 times a week anymore without a schedule. Whenever it fits, whenever she feels like streaming it, she's going to stream. But she doesn't want to have the feeling like, oh, I need to stream every single day for 8 hours a day or something like that. And I feel like that as well. And I want to say the one thing for me personally, why that makes me think that way is, for me, and I had an Instagram Q&A the other day, and somebody was asking me for advice how to grow or how to make it as a smaller creator on social media nowadays. And the answer that I gave him, actually, that made me think, like, I know exactly what to do, but I'm not doing it myself, which is stupid. So the advice that I gave him is that I can basically teach you on every social media platform how to grow. It doesn't matter if it's Instagram, if it's TikTok, if it's YouTube, whatever it is. It is easy. There's some kind of formula. You search yourself a certain niche or a topic or a theme that you want to be talking about, right? So let's say as a niche, you do you do buildings for Sims 4 or something, and that is going to be your niche. And then you take trends, for example, for Reels or TikToks, and you make every trend that comes up, and you twist it in a way that it fits into your niche, and then it's going to attract the people that are attracted to that niche, and you're still in that whole thing of you jump on the trend, but you make the trend your own thing. You give it your own twist, your own kind of feel to it, right? And that's how you especially with videos, it's easy. So like Reel and TikTok formats like this. The same kind of with YouTube. There's always trend videos, or you can find a creator that does something in a really, really good way, and then you try to do it similar as that person, but give it your own spice, right? That is how you do it, and then you develop your own style out of that, right? And that is how you do it. And for me, the thing is, I know how it works, but I never put effort or time in that. Like I have phases. For example, when I started TikTok, I did TikTok for like a month or a month and a half, and I was in love with it because I saw growth. I saw how everything worked, and I put like a month or a month and a half in it, and I like went to like 13 or 12,000 followers like almost in an instant, like within 1.5 months. And I was like, that was so satisfying for me. And then I saw like, oh yeah, I still got it. I can still like grow a social media from zero, like without redirecting people. Like I was not like, hey, I have TikTok, follow me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok. Like I just grew something from zero again on a new platform. And that gave me so much motivation because I saw that I could still do that. And as soon as I saw that I could still do that, it got uninteresting for me anymore. Again, if that makes sense, because it's like, oh yeah, if I wanted to, I could. And now I don't put the effort anymore. And for me, the fucked up thing to think about is if I put in 1 hour a day into growing my TikTok, I could, for example, TikTok or Instagram, like I could grow those two platforms. I don't want to say easily, but I could grow them consistently in getting more reach and more audience that I could reach. But I don't do it because I'm too lazy.
Same.
Okay, because I don't have the motivation to do that. Which is my own fault, right? So, and instead, what do? I spend between 5 and 8 hours every day on Twitch, where I do the exact same thing, or I try different things. And I'd rather invest 5 to 8 hours a day. And I love streaming, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy the aspect. Streaming is, for me, still one of the greatest things because it's the closest you can be to your audience. You have the real-time connection with them. You have the real-time interaction with them, which you have on no other platform. If I make a TikTok video, yes, you can write a comment. I can comment back and forth with you, but there's always that delay. You never have like this personal spark that you have on streaming. But see, the thing is, for me, ever since I started streaming, and for probably the last 5 to 6 years, I'm not growing on Twitch anymore. Instead of growing, my numbers even going back, which again, like I'm over that. Like I'm fine with it. But for whatever reason, there is a reason. There's no discoverability. There's no real way of growing yourself on Twitch unless you grow yourself on other platforms and then redirect people from other platforms to your Twitch. There's no way to grow on Twitch. There's the discoverability shit. The only way you're really growing on Twitch is if you're completely outstanding, 1 out of a million creator that is just doing everything better or completely different than anybody else. And that is something that is really hard in nowadays. And that is something that I will never be able to do anymore. But the thing is, Twitch decides who is going to be successful. They decide who they put in the recommendation area. They decide who they put on the front page and the front page rotation. We talked about the whole situation, for example, for my thing that I'm from Austria, same with Steffi. We're from Austria.
Yeah.
We're living in a German-speaking country, and we create our content in English. That's why we're not
Yeah.
interesting to be on the German front page, because they not put anybody in a German or Austrian front page that doesn't speak German, because it's just not interesting. And the other way around, we're not going to get put on the platform of an English-speaking country because we don't live in that country. So for Twitch, we are completely uninteresting because we are not fitting the criteria that suits their system.
Yeah.
Which is shit, right? And that is something that really frustrates me. And I still have somehow, somewhere in myself, this little spark of hope left that one day it worked before. Why wouldn't it work again, right? Maybe one day I could make it again, so my stream is interesting again, or I can reach new and fun people. Maybe there's this new game that's gonna help me be interesting again, or whatever it is. So I just completely aimless try to do whatever without any success.
Yeah.
And I know that it most likely not gonna have any success, but I still spend 5 days a week, 5 to 8 hours in grinding on Twitch, with realistically knowing that it's not going to do anything for me. Instead of saying, hey, how about I stop streaming 5 days a week, I take a step back and maybe stream only 2 or 3 days a week, where I do really specific streams that are really well thought through, and maybe have a red line, or I play certain games, or have my cooking stream, or whatever it is, and give high quality content, and use the other 2 days or 3 days that I get from taking those days off, and grow other platforms at the same time. Because the thing is, yes, I put content on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, but it's not unique content. Most of the time I reuse the content that I have on Twitch already. I don't take the active time to create good original content for other platforms, even though I know it would work. You know, I literally know, because I tried it. It would work, but I don't do it. And it's so stupid. And I'm now at the point where the only problem I have, I love streaming. I love that it's just, you sit down, you press the start button, you're surrounded by the people you love, you have nice conversations, you meet new people. But on a business perspective, it is so fucking stupid that you continue doing something that you know doesn't bring you any further, but you still continue doing it, instead of taking a step back from that and doing something else that can give you that spark and that fulfillment. And that is more or less a very similar approach that Poki and Sayuri have, which we're going to talk about. I don't know if you can relate with that, but
it's like what I saw, or what I thought when I was watching Poki's video, for example. She started very young as well, right? She was 17, I think, when she started. So, yeah, she's doing it for what?
Oh no,
7
was she
years?
20? I think she's now 26, 27, and I think she started in the beginning of her 20s, because she was already studying. But no,
yeah. Sorry. So
I think she was like
still
20 or 21. She's 26 now.
Pretty
I
young.
think maybe she was 19 or something. How long?
Something like that. Something around that, yeah. So, and depending on what you learned in your life already by that time, etc., there's so many things that are important for the realization she made, which is a realization I made or had 2 years ago, I think. That not that I feel so pressured with the constant. I mean, you have this constant competition and everything. Obviously, I'm not a big streamer as Pokey is, and this is like a whole different level. But what I realized is,
oh, you're right. She started 2013 as well. I'm sorry. I just checked. She started 2013 with streaming. Yes.
Okay.
You're correct.
And
so 9 years.
How to put that? I still question these things, or ask myself, do I even fit in the social media world? Because I do not have the urge anymore to, I don't know, run with the flow or whatever it
Mm.
is. I enjoy so much of my IRL life, which I did before as well. I always loved gaming and I will always game my whole life.
Same,
But
yeah.
instead of spending so much time in front of my monitors and my TV here and looking into my monitor, I want to look outside and I want to see. And that's what I realized in Croatia again as well. It's like there's so many things in this world you can do. There's so much you can grow personally with your mental, like with your mental health, spiritually, and all these things. And I grow a lot with social internet as well, getting the knowledge. I'm reading a lot of things if I'm interested. But to me it's still like learning by doing, practice makes perfect. And I kind of feel like I want to live in the real world more again, and I have had that feeling for yeah 1 year I think,
Mm-hmm.
especially when summer is here. Also, I have to shorten the streams, right? I have to stream less because of IRL work.
Mm.
So last year was 4 days. This year it was 3 days because I work 3 to 4 days in IRL with my IRL work. I need 1 day off at least where I just want to chill,
Mm.
and then I stream 3 days, 4 to 5 hours, because I CBA to stream longer in summer. I don't care and I don't want to. So I had to learn this the hard way through my IRL work because I was never a full time streamer. I can stream as much as I want from January to April, but as you said, it's not like there's no point in doing 5 days a week or 6 days a week on Twitch only and just completely ignoring the other platforms when you know how the other platforms can only help you to grow on fucking Twitch as well.
Yeah.
Um, and with all this, like what Pokey said, that she realized about her hobbies and she just enjoys IRL so much right now, that made me so happy when I saw that.
Mm.
Because of she's or her starting so early, I can only compare it or imagine if I started streaming when I was 17 or 18. I was in a complete different state of my life, right?
Yeah.
You were in high school, you were gaming, you had a lot of fun, you're sitting in front of your PC 24 hours anyways because you're addicted to this video game or whatever it is. But at some point you just realize, hey, there's more. There's
Yeah.
more just than just Twitter or Instagram, and especially with all the things we talked about in our social media's fake episode, those things always make me realize how much I just want to be in the real world because it's more real.
Yeah.
Even though there's facades out here as well, but it's different. It's like I don't know. It's I just enjoy my real life so much more than my internet life, and I love taking these breaks as well.
Mm.
If I don't want to post anything, or if I just want to get off social media, I just do it. I do not say that I'm not that I'm taking a break, or I'm coming back on, I don't know, Friday, whatever it is. I need a break, or how long it takes. It's if I don't want to, I'm not doing it anymore because I need my time for myself, and I
Yeah.
value
Same.
that very, very, very high. And I do not apologize for it either, because social media is not the life I live. It's a
Yeah, of
part
course,
of my
of course.
life.
I mean, obviously, like since you said it before, like for you, it's also never your full time job.
Yeah,
Like it
and
is a
that's a
part of
complete
your life.
difference as well. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
but it pressured me so much as well, and that's what annoyed me so much because I basically have the IRL life with work. I have the social media stuff with streaming, content creation. I always struggled with finding myself
Mm.
somewhere because I never felt like, okay, this is the spot or place where I feel fit.
Mm.
And beside Star Wars, but I do not create a lot of Star Wars content online, so I didn't do this niche either, right?
Yeah.
So it was always hard for me to find a place where I completely feel like I belong there on the internet. And that's why I kind of like started distancing myself again. I'm sure there's places where I would fully be fulfilled when I find them, but I'm not digging
Yeah.
because real life is what fulfills me more, and this is more like the side projects or the side stuff I do and I really enjoy because I got to know so many amazing people. and it's great. Social media can be great. Twitch streaming can be great, everything, but you just at some point you just need to realize that you need to live in now here in the real world as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
and grow there.
Yeah.
Grow there, not only grow on your platforms, but grow here. So yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And when here Steffi held her hand over her heart or soul or however you wanna say
Yeah.
that, just for the listeners. Yeah, and I think we should also like sum up or give you a little TLDR about the video. So basically what Pokemon said is she referenced to like a comic that I think is really, really cute, where she said, I think it's something like that compares creating content or being a creator to breathing, where every time you put out a piece of content, you breathe out. But you can only breathe out that often before you're gonna have to breathe in again or you're gonna die, right? So obviously it's a little bit of an extreme example, but I can relate to that a lot. That you're always just giving, putting stuff out, but you never take the time to actually absorb or breathe in or take like time for yourself or even like reignite a spark for creativity or even I mean, I can only speak for myself, but the content that I consume personally has very little to do with the content that I create at all. So I don't know if it's the same for you. Like I stream, for example, when I used to stream a lot of Valorant, I rarely watched any other Valorant creators or anything. You know what I mean? So unless I force myself, I never really do the research or did this research in like, hey, what is the trend in what I'm doing right now? What are other people doing? Because that's how it works. Like, obviously, the whole thing with don't compare yourself to others is obviously true in the sense of like, you shouldn't measure your success in other people. But one thing that I think everybody does, and that's just a way to improve, is you look at your own content. So that's the first thing. You need to like rewatch what you're creating. Then you look what other content is out there and pick and choose small things that other people do. And that's basically how most personalities work as well. Like, obviously, I know it's not for everybody the case, but especially for me, like I talked about it before already, I'm such a sponge. So if I spend time with people that I like, and the more I like you, the more I'm gonna take characteristic things that you say or that you do, or little ticks or words or phrases or whatever it is. Like, I will take things from the people I like and I make this part of my own personality. So I become the sum of things and people that I like. And I think that is one of the...
That's so beautiful, though. As a metaphor, it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and that's how content should be as well. Like, it's fine, and I'm sure that at some point I was a standard for content in maybe 2014, but I also really get stuck with just being comfortable in where I am with my content. And instead of that, I should, or in general, as a creator, you should look around. What are other people doing? What are they doing that I think is super creative? And how can I take an idea from them, give it a twist and make it my own? You know, or if it's just small things, how can I implement this into my own content? And it doesn't necessarily, if you stream Valorant, like you can watch League streamers and see what they do and how you can implement what they are doing in Valorant or whatever it is, right? So I don't really do this to take breaks, and I don't mean like, hey, I'm done with my stream, now I'm gonna watch 2 hours of other people's stream and then just make a plan how I can implement that, and tomorrow I'm gonna do this. Like, I literally mean to take creative breaks, to step away from whatever you're doing, to take like, not only, hey, I need to take a week off streaming because I need to, I don't know, help people, or I have family over, or whatever it is. And you said it as well. Like, for example, now I don't have problems with taking, for example, this week I don't have a streaming schedule because my mom is coming over. I help friends in IRL. normally what I would have done like a year ago or something, I would have tried to make a plan anyway. I would be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, today I'm recording the podcast. Maybe I can squeeze in a 3-hour stream in the evening where you're gonna be exhausted. You're not gonna be in a good mood because you're just drained from the day already. But just for the sake of it, you're gonna squish in 3 hours here and there. And then Tuesday, I know I'm gonna be busy, but maybe in the afternoon I could do one. So you patch it together. But instead of that. And with that, you kind of like take out all of the how do you say it, like the spontaneous things in real life. And it doesn't matter if it's spontaneous when it comes to streams or even spontaneous in real life, those kind of things. Like you look on the watch and you're like, oh yeah, I promised them that in around 2 hours I'm gonna be home and streaming, but maybe I'm sitting here and I'm having a drink with my friend Sabrina, and I would actually enjoy staying 3 hours longer and continue a chat that I have with that person. And I know that obviously as a full-time creator, I should not be thinking necessarily always like this, but I think in order to be more creative, to be more fulfilled and happy, which then leads you to create better content because you're happy and fulfilled, which a lot of people I think don't get. Like the people that watch you enjoy you for the vibe that you give off. And if you're just getting more and more frustrated and drained and burned out, so will your content be. You know what I mean? Like you just reflect of what you are and how you feel. And so taking those times for yourself can be really valuable. And then another thing I also said on stream yesterday, which is kind of fucked up, because when it comes just about the money situation, for example, like I make so little money off Twitch, and I invest so much time into it. Like, of course, technically I make a lot of money through streaming on Twitch because I have sponsors that I place on my stream. But from the platform Twitch itself, just for an example, like I have an OnlyFans where I sell feet pictures, right? And like here in the bikini picture, but like not even like I'm not even making lingerie or 60 pictures or nothing, just feet and like here and there a bikini or a gym picture. And I make double the amount of money in 1 month on my OnlyFans, where I have I put in maybe 10 minutes of work a day on OnlyFans, and I make double the amount of money per month. And I don't even advertise or push my OnlyFans a lot at all. I could make so much more money if I wanted there. I make double the amount of money that I make on Twitch, where I put in 5 to 8 hours a day.
And your whole heart.
And my whole heart and soul. Like, and that is just how stupid it is. And the thing is of the whole thing, for example, so Sayuri's, for example, saying that Twitch didn't really bring her joy anymore. It was more a burden that she knew she had to do it, and that was not the sense or the point of streaming for her when she started. She started it because it was something she enjoyed, and also she said for her, money-wise, she was not depending on it, and she was not able to reach goals on Twitch anymore in the way she wanted. And that is something I can really relate to as well.
Same.
Like, Twitch does make me happy. Like, I still find a lot of joy in streaming. I find a lot of joy in just hanging out with the people and playing the games and everything. But when I look at it from a business perspective, if I wouldn't have the sponsors that I have, I would not be able to live from Twitch. I would just simply not. The only reason I'm able to live from Twitch is because I'm good at making contracts and finding sponsors and selling myself to other companies that are interested in the reach that I have on the sum of all the platforms that I have, not just only Twitch, right? So I'm not that far gone that I said I would quit Twitch and would just go completely onto all the other platforms and try to create as much content as I can there. But I'm definitely at the point where I'm questioning myself. Alarm! No, it was a honk, sorry.
A horn.
You didn't get honked that in your car, by the way, I'm sorry. But I'm questioning myself why I'm investing so much time in a platform where I know that I don't have any influence in the sense of my growth, when I could still cater to Twitch, but maybe a little bit less time, if that makes sense, and
Yeah.
take the time away from Twitch and put it into creating content for other platforms, where I know, of course, you
They
also
give
don't
back.
have full control, but you at least have somewhat of, you at least have growth potential, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, right? So that is where I am mentally right now.
And the thing is, every single platform gives you something back in whatever way it is. It's
Yeah.
with TikTok, the interaction, you have the trends, you can go with the flow, you can get the views, if you will, and get attention. Like you can grow and you have this interaction from both sides. And with
Mm.
Twitch, this is like it's non-existing. You just give and give and give, and all what Amazon does is giving you a September with 30% off. And this is this is something when I that's there were so many things that made me quit my affiliate because I do not want to give the platform so much of me anymore. I give them money. They literally get more than 50% of what I earned, but they do not give me anything back. There was nothing. There's no discoverability. There's nothing you can like at least reach. And for example, you don't have like a little quest where you can say, okay, if you did that, if you stream 50 hours a month, you get recommended in the affiliate section. Whatever it is, right? It's
Mm.
just small ideas, but Twitch doesn't give you back anything. But they just try to create more and generate more money with what they already have, who's big, and with all their Amazon Prime and whatever it is. Like September got worse every fucking year. You
Yeah.
remember in the
Mm.
like years
Remember
ago,
when you got like, what was it? You could
50%.
50%. Yeah, I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
say, like, it was 50%
Yeah,
for a sub. And it was even
and
if you like gifted and everything, like you could gift like 50 subs for the price of 25, obviously, like,
yeah,
and that kind of stuff. Now it's like, oh yeah, you get 30%, but only if you subscribe for at least 6 months
yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that. Like, what is it?
And
Like 3 months,
I
10% or
have no
something,
idea.
or
I
2 months,
think
10%,
yeah. I,
something like
I
that.
didn't really look into it because it's just fucking
Yeah.
it's mental. So I'm like, I'm not gaining anything from the platform itself, not from my community, but from the
Yeah, yeah,
platform
yeah.
itself.
That is really important.
Yeah,
This is very nice that you point that out. It's really not, when we talk about Twitch not giving back, it's not about the community on Twitch. It's literally
the
the
company.
platform and the company
Yes.
behind it. Yeah.
And I just realized for myself, I do not want to give you shit anymore either. Because it's fine if you don't care about me, but I still bring you money. And
Mm.
50% is a lot, especially when you convert it. Now dollar and euros are kind of the same, but it's not even 50% you got, etc., etc. There's so many things I didn't really like anymore, and I wasn't okay with it because you're literally selling yourself and you're signing a contract that they can do whatever they want with your content, and you are giving them your money as well. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm.
Imagine that. Which company says, yeah, they provide the platform and the server, but I'd rather pay on a monthly basis to be able to use the server and generate whatever I want as an appreciation, right? So you pay for it as you pay for your domain for your internet page.
Mm.
But instead of that, on top of that, giving them even more than you could ever get back is just insane to me. So that's why I stopped doing it. And I don't earn money with Instagram or whatever it is, but the platform just gives you so much more back beside the back and forth with the community, with the integrations they have, the constant updates. It's just there's no stagnation as much as it is on Twitch. Like
Mm.
and so many things. So that's why I made the decision for myself to not put so much effort into this platform anymore um than I did, just because I wasn't okay with the terms anymore, and I realized it's dumb that I'm doing it for
Mm.
myself though,
Mm.
and I rather generate my income with other things I really enjoy, like the blueprints I create on Etsy and things like that. There's so many like little sources I have where I enjoy giving more and taking more, because Etsy also takes, right? But
Mm.
it's balanced at least with these things, and it's it's different. and I'm more okay with these things because they have work, I have work, so it's a win-win, and you give and you take. So I understand all the people that are juggling with the thought right now, and it made me so happy when I saw Pokey talking about all these things, because I was like, it's great that you realize what's so important to you and to your life and how you want to change it. And she was also talking about the hobbies, right? Like,
Yeah.
if she got formed by her community, like, is she actually really liking it, or is she just liking it for the sake of the trend and the hype? And
Yeah.
obviously you play the games for the hypes because it's a constant race, right?
Mm.
With the big streamers as well. But when it comes to like forming your personality and your own interests, she wasn't even sure anymore, like, what she liked because she liked it, and what it was because of the internet, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
gave her the thought, right?
I mean, and I have to say, she also said it very well. Like, for example, the way that Sayuri did it, right? She
Mhm.
kind of closed the door, which I
Mhm.
totally can understand.
Mhm.
The way that Poki did it or says it, like, the thing like, hey, I'm not going to give you streaming schedules anymore. I'm going to stream when I feel the
Mhm.
passion and the need for it to do it. Then I'm going to
Yeah.
do it, but I'm not going to force myself to do this kind of things. So
Yeah.
I think she said it very well. Like, for her, it is not closing a door. Like, she's not like, hey, I'm not going to be doing this. It's
Mhm.
more like I'm taking a step back to not do
Yeah.
as much of this.
Yeah.
And in return, I'm opening a lot of other doors in order
Yeah.
to do more IRL streams, create vlogs, TikToks, Instagram, to be able to pour my creative energy into platforms where, as you said, you get something
More
back.
back.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the problem is just with, like, I don't only want to talk shit about Twitch because, like, same as Sayuri said, like, without the platform, I would be a nobody, right? Like,
Mm.
without the platform, I would not. I mean, maybe I would have done something on a different platform, but I wouldn't be where I am right now without having that platform. So I'm also obviously really thankful for it. But the the thing is that I think they are trying to, like, they're now implementing, like, with the hashtags and everything, but
Mm.
in order to create an algorithm or some kind of to put some kind of system in place to give
Mm.
people the chance to be discovered on a platform without having to scroll to the bottom of a fucking uh
Yeah.
page that is ordered by depending how many viewers you have. I don't know if they can get to a point where especially it's fair, because right
Mm.
now the way that Twitch works, and it literally makes me so fucking sad, is that there's people sitting that are handpicking every month people that are gonna be in this front page rotation. And so it's like,
Yeah.
it's like a gamble. Like, either you, and I like people at Twitch, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm salty because I'm not the person that they put into this front page rotation. But as somebody that has been in that rotation years ago, but now not fulfill a criteria to be able to be in there anymore, and now being like kind of left like the unloved stepchild, like,
Mm.
it's it's like, dude, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm in this weird spot where I'm still successful enough thanks to my own work that I put
Mm.
in, that I can make a good living out of it, and I'm still making
Mm.
more money than I did back when I had 2K viewers. And now I'm just like, imagine I could have 2K viewers again, how much money I would make then. And, like, it sounds stupid, but I learned so much
Mm.
business wise through it as well.
Yeah.
But it's just so unfair. The system is so fucking unfair. There's no, like,
Mm.
on YouTube, if you upload a video and that gets traction, like, people are clicking on it, it doesn't matter if it's the thumbnail or the watch time or whatever the algorithm rhythm is at the moment it pushes it. If there's a video that's being clicked, it's getting recommended to more and more and more people, and that's the way people, the way it works,
Yeah.
and that's not how it works on Twitch. Not at all. It's just like you're in that rotation or you're not. And
I can only compare it. I know as you said, it's two different platforms, algorithms, everything works different. I do different stuff on YouTube than I do on Twitch. I followed the reaction hype by accident actually back then, because I was just enjoying the video and I was recording myself and then uploading it back then. And I mainly do like Riot Games reactions, right? And in 1.5 years, or I think it's been 2 years now, I have 500,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not even doing constant stuff. I throw out, I think, 1 or 2 videos a month, if even. Depending on how much Riot milks their cow, I do it, right? So that's how the system works. They give, I take, I give, they take. So they earn money with me, I earn money with them. And on Twitch, I've been streaming for 6 years, I think. Discoverability wise, guys. 500,000 views on YouTube after 2 years. Twitch, 230,000 views after 5 years with no algorithm.
And imagine the hours you put into Twitch.
Yes.
Now imagine, see, and that's the way I'm thinking. Imagine the hours you invested into Twitch. Imagine you would have invested the same amount of hours in creating content on YouTube. Imagine the reach you could potentially create. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is the thing that fucks me up. Because yes, you can argue with, but if people are gonna click on your stream and stay in your stream, then you get viewer numbers, and then at one point you're gonna be high enough up there that you're gonna be discovered. Yeah, but imagine if you're, for example, if you're having 100 viewers, which makes you be in the top 0.0 something percent of Twitch streamers, and that is considered a low view number, having 100 viewers, okay? That makes you show up, depending which game you play, at the second or third page of a game, depending again which game you play, but roughly, right? So people already have to scroll 3 pages to find you, for example.
Nobody does that.
And think about your own patterns on how you use social media. When you Google something, you look at the first page, and if it's not there, you're not interested. And let's be honest, that is the same how it works on Twitch. If you go on Twitch and you're like, oh fuck, I would like to watch a League streamer. Let's watch somebody I haven't watched yet. You check it the first page, maybe on the second, maybe on the third. So as long as you have like 100 viewers, there's some kind of chance, depending on which game it is that you play, that somebody new is gonna click on your thing. But let's say you're somebody that has 20 viewers or 50 viewers, which still probably puts you somewhere in the first 1% of people streaming. Okay? Still being in the top 1% of people streaming on Twitch. Like, I don't obviously know the exact numbers, but roughly.
Yeah. You're right.
Do you know how far I would, if you're a League streamer with 25 to 50 viewers, do you know how long I will have to scroll to be able to find you? That is gonna take forever. And let's say you're a funny person, there's like 4 or 5 people clicking more often on your stream than others. Like, if that would happen on YouTube, if it would be a YouTube video, they would recommend your stream more and more, or your video more and more to people, because they see that people are staying in there. Or let's say watch time, right? The same thing. If people are watching a YouTube video from start till end, like they're like caught by the whole content that they create. They don't just skip through things and watch for 30 seconds and then fuck off again. To see, holy shit, that is the stream. The average view time in that stream is like 3 hours. People would be, oh my god, that creator maybe doesn't have like hundreds of viewers, but the few people that watch them, you know,
watch a lot,
because see, the way watch a lot. Now let's think about best example, hot tub streams, or let's say streams of people that are really slightly clothed and almost pornographic on Twitch. Those kind of streams get clicked on. Do you really think that those streams gonna have a long watch time? Those streams are not gonna have a lot of watch time. People go there, they see a half-naked person, they click on it, they're like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, how is this on Twitch? they're either like flabbergasted by how something like this can be on Twitch. They look at this for 5 minutes and then move on, or they go there, they fap, they're done in 5 minutes and they leave again, or maybe they fall in love and they stay. But most of those channels don't really have a long watch time. I would guess. Well, on the other hand, if you have somebody that's like a lyric or somebody that is just entertaining and can watch for hours and just draws you in with their personality, like those are the people, you know, that should be recommended, you know. So, and that's the thing which I obviously don't know enough, but how easy it is to implement that. How does it work? The recommended, like the recommended streams that I get fucking German streams recommended, and I do not watch any fucking stream in German. I only watch English content, and I get German streams recommended. So what does that tell you about Twitch? That they don't even know or don't care which content I consume. They just recommend me whatever they want to be pushed. You know what I mean? And they don't, so they do it the wrong way around. The way that YouTube does it, they see like, okay, this is our consumer. What is it that the consumer wants to watch? Okay, that's what she likes. She clicked on this, that she didn't like, that she liked. She watched more of this. So everything that's similar to that, we can recommend her. And instead of going from the consumer, and then recommending the streamers that fit to the consumer, the way they do it, they take a streamer or they take a game, a stream, a language that they want to push on a certain demographic, and then they push it on you. And then you either click it or not. And so it's no wonder that it doesn't work. It is, Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of things we've been like I think even in like one of the very early episodes with German English, right? The second episode, there, like we talked so much about these things already, and all these things obviously kind of frustrate you in some way, but also make you realize so much about how you want to work on with it or with the platforms, especially when you're a content creator, obviously, where to put the effort in, where to put your love and heart and time in. And you just have to go through it to realize what's really important to you, where you want to work, what you want to work on, which topic you want to talk about, or which niche you choose for yourself, right? As you said, there's so many things. Once you crack the code, you can still succeed with a lot of things on the internet, on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever you put the attention on. But yeah, there's just it's just fucking up or fucking up my brain sometimes, and that's why I really can relate to Pokey taking off 1 to 2 months, because I can only imagine how it is when you're that big.
Obviously, like you have to think about like she's like just the attention that she gets, like how many people
and it's I never, when I talk about these things, I just want to mention this or like put this out. I don't care about the money, because obviously we all have to live from something. I work IRL, I have my income, my fixed income from there. And the frustration, and when it comes to the platforms and social media stuff, no matter how much, if you're Pokey with your income, or if you're me, or if you're Julia with your income, it's more about how the platforms work and what that does with your mental health. No matter if you have 2 millions on your on your bank account, or if you have 10K or 5K or 200 euros or 500 euros at the end of the month, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm not talking about the financial success, but what it does with yourself and with your mental health, and the constant interaction you feel like you have to do, and the constant stuff you get in, like flows in. For example, as you said with Pokey, she's getting, I don't know, 5,000 times more comments a day or a minute than we get, right? So the flow and the input is even crazier. And then imagine what it does to your like brain and mental health and yourself, like your personality forming. Like as she said, at some point you don't even know anymore what you like and what you like because of others said you should like that or watch that, and trying to see who you are but you're actually not, or vice versa. So
Mm.
it's totally, for me, when I talk about these things, it's totally about what it does to yourself. Not the money aspect is completely left out here.
Yeah.
And because some people might argue, like, yeah, but she's earning, I don't know, 5 million a month. Of course, she can take a break. She won't miss it or won't miss any money or whatever it is. It's not about that. It's about money can't buy you happiness. And
Yeah.
you can be rich, financially rich, but I'd rather be
But
mentally rich of happiness. Yeah.
look at how many
Mm,
people that have a shit ton of money, especially like artists or musicians or actors,
yeah.
that are just, they're so unhappy. They're
Mm,
fucking depressed. They're they're just so unhappy. And it's exactly that. Like, you chase things. You Some people in their life think, if I chase this money, if I have a house, if I reach this, if I own this, then I'm gonna be happy. But
mm.
the problem is, the thing that you're actually chasing is the chase itself.
Fulfillment.
No,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
you're not there for the destination. You're there for the journey, if that makes sense. And once you reach the journey, you are already off to your next goal. That's the thing. Like,
mm,
oh, when you have a house, and then it's like a car, and then it's like a summer house or a pool or whatever it is. And at one point, those people just have so much money that they can fulfill every single dream that they have. And at one point, they're gonna have so much money, and they're gonna have bought all of those things, all of those dreams that they always had. And then they're just gonna be left with feeling empty, because what most of those people never do is to actually chase, as you say, to find things that actually bring them happiness, right?
yeah.
So not just something material that gonna spark a joy for you for a few weeks or months or something like that, but something like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, of course money can bring you some kind of happiness in the sense of
Mm,
having security. Like, obviously life is easier if you know that you have a house or a living situation, or you don't have to worry about that you're gonna be able to afford your next meals or whatever. Like, of course that kind of security can help a lot with happiness. But um, any amount of money in the world will not cure your fucking depression. You know what I
mm.
mean? If you don't sit down and at the end of the day listen to your own desires and find something that fulfills you, um you're gonna end up a mess. You know, at one point that kind of stuff is gonna catch up with you anyway. So,
Yeah. You can't take your money to the grave, guys.
yep.
You can die you can die rich of knowledge and happiness and whatever it is, but you can't take a single fucking cent
Yeah.
with you. So where's the point? I'd rather learn a lot about myself and my friends and enjoy life itself than constantly chasing, I don't know, $5 million. It's like whatever.
Same. Same.
Of course, I would buy myself beautiful things, like, but I'm doing this already. What I do now is just, okay, I want this. How long will it take me to get there if I save money or if I have money on the side? I'm not saving a lot of money if I'm honest, but if I want something and I know I can get it if I want. Same with my furniture, whatever it is, interior. I just save the money and then I'll buy it.
Mm.
So obviously, if you want a house nowadays, situation like uh kind of hard and costs a lot, and it's probably not the best time for doing that, but you can still have and manifest this dream no matter the situation right now, and you can save or whatever way. You never know what's happened, like what even will happen in 2 months, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you can either die, you can either get rich of money, whatever it is. It's like just enjoy yourself
Yeah.
with everything, no matter if you're on social media or in real life. And the most important thing is, and what people don't see on the internet, everyone needs a fucking break
Yeah.
from whatever it is, no matter if it's IRL work, if it's s- uh, the virtual world, content creators especially. most of them never take a fucking break. I don't even want to know the numbers of like actual burnouts in our field, because most of them don't even know they have one, right? They're just completely worn out, depressed, whatever it is, because you never, as Pokey said with the comic, they never breathe. They just give, and they just put out, but they never breathe in, and that's the most important thing. Everyone needs a fucking break.
Yeah. I think that was a really important thing to talk about as well, because I guess especially I think that can be interesting for people that obviously work in the same space. That can be also interesting maybe for people that are just viewers or spectators or just following people, maybe even only on Instagram and or whatever. I think it's an interesting way of looking at it, you know, not only from the outside, like, oh my god, yeah, you should be thankful you make money through playing video games, because I think a lot of people also don't realize how much of yourself you give away and how many hours you actually have to put in, and not just sit there for 8 hours and play video games. Because if it would just be that, it would be a dream job. Like, it's still a dream job with everything that it comes with. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm super, super happy that I can live this dream. But I think it's often really underestimated in how much of a burden it is, or not a burden, but how much of a blessing and a curse it is at the same time.
Like, that's with a lot of things.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
like,
as you say.
Yeah, it's not just pressing the live button, and everyone who tried it knows exactly that it's not that. Because people think I start my OBS and then like money comes in, viewers come in, bro. Every single one of you knows it's not how it works.
Yeah.
And we all have to learn this and realize this, and there's different ways. For some it works, for some it doesn't. I still need to find my place, I'd say. But I've streamed and played video games on Twitch for so long that I just enjoy it so much, and I don't care if I succeed with it or not. If the gods will it, I'll find my niche. If not, I'm fine with it, because I'm really enjoying my IRL. So if the whole social media will never give me the success I wished for years ago, I'm okay with it, because it's not the only thing I want or love doing.
Yeah.
And obviously it's like dream crushing, or can be dream crushing, once you realize that it's not that easy, right? That's where you get the realization slap in your face. But that's everywhere. Like, no matter if you're done with your studies and you think, oh my god, I'm gonna be the king now and everyone wants me because I have my bachelor or master's of science, and now all the companies are coming in. It's not how it works. IRL works different. And it's the same. You just need to find what makes you happy, job wise, friend wise, everything. Just everything in this world.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's with she's streaming 8 hours a day playing video games and making money. It's like, it's not that. It's literally, yes, this platform is here for that. It's a different century, and we love doing what we're doing. It's just because you didn't find what you love, and your job is literally just here to give you the money. It's not our fault. It's you. Work on it. Find what you love.
Yeah.
Stop being frustrated, forehead.
Exactly. Just stop being frustrated, forehead. No, I think we talked actually really long. That episode is almost 1.5 hours. So I don't think we want to take much more time from you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit of a more intense one with a little bit more of a serious topic. Anyway, let us know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. We're gonna leave you now, and we wish you a beautiful rest of your week. And we hear each other soon again. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Derps and Burps podcast.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram at derps'nburps. See you online.